Alright. Well, that was unexpected. Though once again, if there was anyone waiting, my apologies. Yeah, for as much as people would like to make Japan out to be a very high-tech country, it does still have its problems when it comes to providing everyone with a stable, consistent internet connection. So, you just had to deal with it going down for a little. At the very least, it seems mostly fine now. Well, at the very least, OBS tells me it's green. And if it's green, it's probably all good, right? But yeah, hope you all have been having a good day so far. Yeah, for me, it's just been like afternoon nap as usual, and it's just like woke up, tried to set up the stream, then all that happened. But yeah, we're back now. Vermintide today. Vermintide? Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. I don't... No, wait, was it called Skaven Blight? I don't remember which the mod itself was called, but yeah. We'll be doing the that mod. Or we'll be doing the modded run with a focus on that one. Since our last stream, we pretty much beat the last remaining like boss
has come to our family.
The Black Reliquary that exists so
remember
far.
our venerable house.
Or ain't too much else left to do, I think.
Gazing
Other
proudly
than
from
maybe
its
hunting
stoic
for the
perch
new
above the
bosses.
moor. I
Or
lived
I guess
all
you call
my
it the
years in that
unit
ancient,
since they aren't exactly bosses,
rumor-shadowed
but
manor. Fattened by
yeah, the
decadence.
unique enemy types in Black Reliquary, so I figured, we could chill, do more of this, take a break from the big funny airship in the sky once in a while. But yeah, let's go. Which was definitely not the first one, that was the main one. This? Although yeah, holy shit. Looking at the number of weeks that has passed as well, if you include the fact that we have been skipping more weeks in the middle for this run, it really does feel like we have been making a lot less progress in this. Like, at the very least, I've been playing this a lot less than
and the pistol.
The Black Reliquary, huh?
A fitting end to my folly, and a curse upon us all.
The only thing I find that, even till now, that's a bit unfortunate is the fact that this warpstone addiction, that there isn't really a way to, well, display it differently. Kind of like how the Crimson Curse has its own unique disease icon. It'd be cool if that was actually possible, but yeah, I mean, this works. It's just a little confusing at times because like I can't tell who has what sicknesses. I mean, it's probably my fault for mixing so much content together. Right, like the milkmaid has her own husk body, which counts as a disease, which displays this. So on and so forth. Can't tell who has a warpstone addiction and who has... Alright, this was in this wall, I forgot. But yeah, can't tell who really has a warpstone addiction and who has something else specifically, so... It's a little confusing, but we got this. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it has slowly come to my knowledge that Japan's internet services themselves aren't exactly the best. To put it nicely. I mean, even then, it's already putting it nicely because like, it could have been a lot better, that's for sure. Wretched Plague Priest. This is champion difficulty. Is it gonna be the same boss though? like this actually makes me question if we're just gonna see the same boss, but oh wait, no. Just with a different coat of paint as well. Because for sure, if this was the base game, I mean, like the normal content of Darkest Dungeon, well, for sure that's probably gonna be the case. But like, I don't know how this mod works, and I want to, at the very least, believe that hopefully, right, just hopefully, it would actually be not too bad. Friendly skill heal 0 to 2. This feels like that one trinket I have from, I don't know which mod that is from, but it reminds me a lot of this. Oh, this is Vermintide itself. Okay, cool. Healing skill stun chance reduction, damage minus 33%. Leg double bleed. Okay. Does this look like enough money? I think maybe? Okay, wait. I could technically do this. Grass and Cryhammer? No, I love the whistle. Yeah, that's probably most of my money, isn't it? Yeah, I definitely don't have enough money to do this, like, right away, so... What we could do... Right, is we do this. We do some short dungeons. We do these bosses first, maybe, because... Clearly these are just reruns, right? Like the biggest thing with the Warpstone Mines itself is that it really feels like it's built to mimic an original dungeon with the way that you just have 2 bosses and each boss like repeats like 50,000 times, but yeah, we could potentially do this and then this is what I'm thinking. Because like the Vermintide trinkets themselves all do feel pretty decent, and well, if we're gonna do this mod's content, we may as well do it with as much of it as possible, right? Alright, let's go. Enough of me talking to myself. Hey, Frozzy! How you doing? Yo. Hope you've been having a good day at least. Doing good. Ah, that's great. Yes, you're finally back from vacation, huh? Hope the trip was good though. Outlast Trial. Outlast Trial? Did they make a new Outlast? Oh, Trials is the new Outlast, right? If I recall. How is it? Like, the game itself looked interesting, but I haven't really gotten around to looking at it yet. Didn't want to spoil myself too hard. Also, have you tried Outlast? Which Outlast? You mean the first one? If you mean the early Outlast, I only played a bit of the first one, but not the most recent one, if you're talking about that one. I haven't downloaded it yet. I tried the first one, yeah, back during the days where it was like super popular, but yeah, that's about it, I think. Like, I just played a bit of it because back then it was like every cool YouTuber was playing it, so I was just like, oh yeah, let me play this and give it a try, why not? Let me try the second one. Not yet, actually. Didn't know whether to get the second one is the only thing. Like, the second one looked kind of cool, but I didn't even finish the first one is the problem. It's on Steam. Oh, it is? What's on sale for Halloween? That's actually kind of tempting. Oh yeah, Halloween. Come to think of it, it's like all the spooky games are probably going to be on sale now, aren't they? Well, that's something to hype for at least. Like with all the... also your cursor is missing. My cursor is missing? Oh yeah. I guess that was because I was clicking off screen to look at Steam, since you were saying that there was sales and all that. Cosplay is Pumpkin Lock for Halloween is there now. Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess it really just disappeared because like I was clicking off screen to look at the other stuff that you were mentioning. Yeah, Cosplay as Pumpkin Lord for Halloween. Pumpkin Lord? Wait, what game are we talking about now? Cosplay as a Pumpkin Lord. I mean, sure. If only we could do that in this as well, huh? Let's give her heal skills? Your pumpkin stuck in your head. Dracula kind of suit. Oh, that sounds like a meme and a half. Wait, what game is that? For Outlast itself, you mean? That sounds like quite a meme for Outlast if it's the case. Oh, you mean for me? Yeah, we can do it like that one guy, right? From the funny big meme. Okay, wait, I need to figure out where to put everyone. We'll do this. Do I still have the image? I think I still have the image somewhere. I just need to find it. We can be like that one meme of the dancing skeleton pumpkin man. You can do that for the horror stream, right? Or I'll just buy a giant pumpkin head and just wear it for the stream. Cosplay as someone in DD. Oh, you know what we could do then? I could basically just dress as the Jester, right? I just get a very shitty looking mask instead. Because DD is horror game, right? Well, kinda. If you think about it, if we actually get to the end, right, and we actually beat the first darkest dungeon, technically the game will start to jump scare us, so clearly this is a horror game, right? If the game jump scares us, clearly it's a horror game. Okay, give him bleed. Give him crit. So clearly DD is just the best horror game around. Oh, but speaking of horror games, I actually like played a bit of the Medieval Overdose again and Overload last night as well, since the game got an update with multiple new endings. I mean, that game is not too much of horror. Traditional horror game, more of a psychological horror, but yeah. I got through quite a bit of that last night as well. So now I'm back to my 100% achievement for that game. I don't know what to give her. Like I feel like this it really just is a case of like I need more trinkets, because I just don't have enough trinkets to like give them good shit, you know. Are you anti being a warrior now? No, she's just gonna sit here and heal. Oh wait, she can't heal from there, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I should do this. Because she can't heal in the front, I forgot. It's a good thing you remembered. Otherwise that could have gone pretty bad. God damn it, when did it swap to Cove? I wanted... no, here. Literally the game just swapping itself to Cove instead, like classic DD. We almost went to the wrong dungeon instead. Thanks game. Okay, we do this. Right. This is the Warpstone addiction, so I could just bring this technically, right, and just cure the Warpstone addiction. This true UX from DD. Yeah, clearly, you know, it's part of the gameplay. You know, it's like, they want to give you the true, like, eldritch horror feel, right? So to make you feel like you're going down the path of madness, they basically just swap the map and make you feel like you're going crazy. Instead, they're just basically giving you the feeling of like, wait a minute, I don't remember clicking that. And then they basically just make you go down that path instead of like, thinking you're insane. No, it's clearly all gameplay. Clearly part of this game being best game. Okay. So I use this. It cures. Then now I need to get rid of this in the town later, right? Is that how it works? Like this, basically I need to tend this, then go back there, right? Do you know AQW? AQW? What's that? It's an old web game. Maybe I don't think I cut the short form at least. Like I've played a lot of shitty browser games back in the day, but I don't know if I have. What's AQW?
The ground quakes.
Adventure Quest Wall? Is that it?
As the fiend falls, a
Adventure
faint
Quest.
hope
I played the
blossoms.
original Adventure Quest, although I don't think I got very far in the game. Like I remember playing the game when I was very young, and I remember not having any idea at all what was going on in the game. And aside from that, I don't think I've touched the game at all ever since then. It's a classic RPG, to be honest. Wait, is it just... Is Adventure Quest World just normal Adventure Quest? Or is it like a different game? I'm looking at the screenshots now, since you mentioned it. And it looks like a gacha game, if anything. Like a... It looks like a very old school like gacha game, more so than anything else. Using trainers, I can unlock all classes. The trainer? What, is that like some kind of like auto system for it? I believe. Huh. Okay. I didn't even know they made this. Although to be fair, I barely played the original. It's like cheat engine form. Oh, yes, of course. Why wouldn't you want to use a cheat engine for a game like that? I mean, to be fair, the game looks like a gacha game. You know, like the standard like mobile gacha game, so it's like, yeah, sure. It will probably make it easier to play, or like more fun to play just using a cheat to do all the excessive grinding instead. Did she just mark it? Oh, this marks. Oh, okay, yeah, this is actually pretty good. We saw the first one. Let's train up for the game. Yeah, I don't remember ever... I did play the first Adventure Quest, but back then it's like... Being the small egg-brain child I was, I never thought of cheating the game yet. So it's like, there was just a lot of playing the game normally, getting bored because I couldn't figure out how to progress, and then just stopping over and over again. Like, probably not the best way to play the game, but it was the only way my brain could think of playing it.
Them all.
I should go give this one a look though. It looks like a very different game. Wait, is this still ongoing? It's like the image on the Google makes it look like the game has already ended servers. There we go. Money! Oh, to think I come back to this run just to immediately yes through like antiquarian grinding runs
A
instead.
blazing star is born.
I really wish this game gave like more. Well, I guess it's not too bad if like you're not playing this game too often, but like playing this game a lot really makes it feel very torturous using the all of this like antiquarian grind runs as much there. But yeah, I have not tried the trainer thing for Adventure Quest, if that's what you were asking before.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Like what does it actually do? Like, make my guess is just that it makes the game easier, but like how much easier does it actually get with it? It's what I'm curious about as well, because I don't even remember what there was to grind in the game at this point, so it's just a case of really like in my head, all that's going on is like, yeah, it sounds like there's some cool stuff you could do with it. It's just that I don't know what could actually be done with it either. Oh wait, if I do this shut up. Wait, no, this isn't good, is it? Yeah, now she can't do anything from here, I think. Oh no, yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up. This party really does not work out that well, does it? Okay, we'll do this. Hopefully we'll be fine. There's a lot of blight. There's a lot of blight. At least I did bring anti-venom, so it should be fine, but
The horror.
it's a bit too spicy at times, I have to say. Okay. She will heal 2 on her own innately. So I just need to like kill someone else. He's being guarded.
The wounds of war
Right.
can be healed, but never hidden.
What a horrible, like, just horrible trait quirk this is though. Like, protects party members by sacrificing themselves. Like, on the one hand, right, it feels like if you get it on the right character, it's a trait that actually feels like it could be useful, but like, I don't know how I feel about having an RNG like,
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
quirk like that, where it only works well depending on how lucky you are.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates.
Because it's like,
the
for
dizzy
sure, getting it on the
fall.
right character would be great. But that's a very big assumption that I can even get the right character for this. Okay, wait. 3 for 2 turns, so I use this. Well, if there was actually a way to figure out how to get Martyr instead of it just being a random quirk, it would be pretty cool, but it being random like this just makes it very, very annoying to get at times. What does she actually have? Minus stress receive, fear of beast. 20% stress if HP below 50%. Overfeeding is 5% HP minus 1 speed. I really wish I could tell the difference between what is like modded in and what is part of the original game at this point. Like, I have completely forgotten which quirks are like normal and what is just being tossed in by one of the mods or the other. Like, at least with Skaven Blight, it's kind of obvious that the disease is very specific to Skaven Blight. But aside from that, I can't tell what quirks are like Color of Madness add-ons and what aren't. Like, maybe I really should have just played the full game with Color of Madness when we did the first playthrough of this. Because without that information, it feels a bit confusing at times. Trying to figure out what's what. Oh yeah. Aside from the chilling with this game, I haven't been doing much else this entire week. Like, this entire week just felt like it passed by real quick. In part because like there's been more work at work. Feels a bit repetitive to say, but more work.
Singular strike.
Oh no. No, it doesn't eat it. Oh, he does? Okay. Yes, he does eat it. Never mind. God damn it. Man, I was hoping that I could just hit him before he... Or I could destroy the corpse before he eats it, but then... I realized a little late that the Arbalest was basically stunned, so she couldn't have like hit the body either. Oh, stop it. I mean, it's a good thing that the Arbalest is as tanky as she is, though. Like, for a backline class, she is really surprisingly quite tanky. Like 34 HP as compared to... Yeah, it's 34 HP at level... Wait, oh wait, she's level 2, I just realized. Oh, wait a minute. I just brought an under level like Arbalest into this battle, didn't I? Oh no. She's doing surprisingly well though for a under level Arbalest, I have to say. Like, all things considered, alright, considering the fact that I never noticed she was just under leveled the whole time. Wait, what the fuck? Oh right, this is the one with the fatal skill. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, I shouldn't have like delayed this.
The slow death, unforeseen,
Fatal skill.
unforgiving.
Okay. Okay, that's actually a big problem though. Take the money. Yeah, this is actually a problem, isn't it? Okay. We'll just hope that this is enough, I guess. Because like clearly I'm kind of very screwed at this point. Although I have to say, after playing the Black Reliquary short dungeon runs the last time around, I have to say, I have been convinced now that like maybe perhaps it might be actually pretty good to try doing more short runs in general for this game, or even for the vanilla game as well. 90%. Because like the vanilla, because like the fact that the even for the vanilla game, you can kind of end a short run in like a single battle is actually pretty big for the 100% room battle ones. I mean, yeah, sure, it's probably not gonna happen all the time, but it's very, very tempting to do it over the 90% of all rooms at this point. Like 90% isn't bad in general, you know. It's just okay. It's just a matter of it being a bit mediocre to try to constantly do 90% instead of 100% of room battles for short dungeons. It's the impression I'm getting now. Also, at this point, I think I would rather gamble on the chance that the short dungeon will end in a single battle than to take the safe route and go through all the rooms without battles for a 90% dungeon instead. Money?
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in
Though yeah,
blood.
I think once we if we are able to clear the entirety of Skaven Blood, I might actually want to try doing that.
Knowing
What's it called again?
uncertainty,
I might actually want to try
birthplace
doing
of dread.
that thing, you know, that thing for the vanilla game. The Stygian run. Stygian run for the base game as well. Like, it sounds pretty insane, the amount of challenge in it, but at the same time, not gonna lie, it actually sounds like as terrifying as it is. Like, it might actually be quite entertaining as well.
By inches.
So now I'm just like, you know, maybe I do want to try this just to see how it goes.
Teetering on the brink.
Yeah, this ain't going
facing
well,
the
is it?
abyss.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, all things considered, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Not good at all, is it? No.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Do I even have enough stuff for like... Yeah, I guess I do, but... Okay, that marks him at least.
Well struck.
Okay, okay. We should be good then. One. Okay. There we go.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Oh yeah, as busy as the week has been, or rather because the week has been so busy and now we got a chance to do much else this week at least.
As life ebbs,
Like I finally got the PS2 set up.
reveal themselves.
I'm gonna want to play that at some point. I'm gonna want to like get everything else done as well. This is backlog of games that have just been piling up recently and I'm just like, yeah, I should probably get around to playing these games. You just gotta find the time to actually play them, so... Like because my birthday was a few weeks ago as well, I got a gift from a friend. He basically sent me the Toho Izakaya game as well, which I've been actually quite tempted to try. Like that game looks like it would be potentially interesting. I've seen someone else play the game before. You know, it kind of reminds me a bit of a Diner Dash sort of game, but even then, it's like... overall, it looks pretty fun. Like just the whole like cooking and serving food shit. Kind of like... oh! Bless that. Okay, we're back in this. We can do this! Never give up.
A momentary abatement.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, very tempted.
Seize this momentum.
Very tempted.
Push on to the task's end.
Or to continue playing that game at some point. Both of these are kind of useless. Great, more junk. Maybe I can still turn it in for money, so it's not too bad. I guess? It's slightly less useless junk, I suppose. Oh no, I don't have enough of that. Okay, get rid of this. It's just pure darkness now, isn't it?
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Oh my death, right. Oh, you can just hear the rats in the background. Like, I really do have a soft spot for maps that do that. You just have like the monster screaming in the background.
A decisive pummeling.
Like as small of a thing as it is, maps like this where when the dungeon is darker. Yeah, look at how dark it is. Black as dark. And hey, hope you had a good sleep. I'm just here suffering trying to kill rats instead. Since we actually managed to beat the most of the bosses for Black Reliquary now, I figured we may as well kill and do this instead. Or I figure out what else there is left to do in the Black Reliquary to the next update. Probably it will just be like going around looking for the not really mini bosses, but the special enemies as well, right? But the only thing is I'm not sure what enemies I haven't seen at this point. Oh yeah. In terms of other games, was really just playing mostly the
Slowly.
okay, for a second I thought my party member
This
died.
is how a life
Nah, I
is
spoke
taken.
myself there. Understandable. Yeah. Oh yeah, been trying out the, been planning to like look for some time to try out the Toho Izakaya game as well. Like it really feels, the game feels just a lot like a more pacifist. Yeah, I know, right? Toho and pacifist sounds a bit like a oxymoron there, but still, a pacifist Toho game where you kind of basically make food and serve it in a bit like an Atelier game, I guess. It's like a mix of an Atelier and a Diner Dash game, which actually look kind of interesting. I really feel like putting a bit more time to playing that on or off stream, I guess, just see how it goes. Oh, that game is quite a fun one, I have to say. Or at least it looks like it would be. I remember seeing that game like way back in the day when it was only just announced on Steam. It was pretty cool to see it actually have a full English translation now as well. Since yeah, trying to read in Chinese probably isn't the smartest thing for me to do.
Or is it
especially for a Toho game.
Of the light?
Like you would think that like, oh yeah, Toho, it's that Japanese series, right? But surprisingly enough, it feels like most of the Toho games that exist are actually made by, well, I mean, aside from the main series itself, most of the games in the series tend to be made by Chinese developers instead, I think. Like this one is, and I remember some of the other like, well, not really off-brand, but like the side games in the series tend to be made by Chinese devs more as well. So it's like bless them for actually giving this game an actual English translation. It feels like, well, while most Japanese games that end up on Steam actually do come with an English localization at that point, most Chinese games still don't exactly have that, so it makes it rough trying to figure out how to play those games, especially.
Obliterated.
Wait, does she have Martha as well? Oh no! They both have Martha. The two people who ought not to have it actually have it. Oh, this is great. At this point, I'm just glad that no one has actually died yet though, to be honest. Cause like, yeah, the fact that I actually brought in a level 2 Arbalest into this dungeon, not the smartest of plays, I have to say. Well, it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, all things considered, most of the trinkets I have as well are specific for Skaven Blight as well, so I guess you could say we're actually doing this like as fair as can be, maybe? And actually clearing a level 3 dungeon, the veteran ones with a somewhat dysfunctional party. Just get out. Okay, wait, this, I forgot to check how much money that gave. Well, at the very least, it should be enough for me to beef up the main party, right?
A sanguine memory to me.
Oh, 1, 2. PBS, repost. This and this will shot. This buff here. They are buffed. They are buffed. Okay, we can try doing it now then, right? I don't know how tough this is actually gonna be, but hey, what's the worst that could happen, right? Right? I feel like I won't need Iron Swan, to be honest. How much space did the Doom will even take up? If it works, it works. Yeah, clearly, you know. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I'm just glad it actually worked, if anything, because like with the additional stress she was actually getting from that, not gonna lie, it was actually a little scary. We'll sell this. Though yeah, the next time if I ever do a different modded run of this game, I really need to remember not to add too many characters, cause having so many characters at once, it really does screw up the chance of getting anything in general that is decent. Like now I just have so many people, but I can't actually get stuff to like gear them either, which is a bit annoying. Oops, all class trinkets. Yeah, exactly. Fun. Very fun. I mean, why wouldn't we want more class trinkets, right? No, clearly class trinkets is where the matter is at with this game. The more class trinkets you have, the stronger you get when you have the class. All I need to do now is actually get the class, despite the fact that I have like 50 different classes in the mod. And also get all the trinkets for them. Just install any of that completely balanced trinket mods. Completely balanced trinket mods? You mean like this one? Wait, where is it? You mean like this one? Clearly very balanced, right? Blighting the entire party for 2. Blight for 3 turns every time you hit someone. With 120% base. Clearly very balanced. Yes, yes. Okay, wait. Debuff target 100% base. Both apply to only one target. Only one target. Therefore on him. I guess. Then give him balance out the egg drop. Much balance. Yeah, very balanced. You know, clearly Darkest Dungeons is a fair and balanced game, right? There's no way this game couldn't be balanced. Starting percent damage, -3. On attack, deal damage 3 to self, 13% chance. Like this. No, wait, where's the time plus 10 dodge? And give her this and this. Like this as well, to be honest, this actually feels like... Actually no, I don't know if I would actually consider this balanced. Like on the one hand, the effects of it aren't exactly that amazing, but... Yeah, probably is, isn't it? Considering that it's like a dungeon specific trinket as well. %20 melee damage. This is 4, this is also 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are good. Doom wheel. Oh wait, no, I can't bring. No, I shouldn't bring the these along. I just realized, like, the all of this, it wouldn't really work too well, would it? Because like with the Doom wheel, I'm gonna want to eventually, like, you know, lower the that thing. When this skill clear horror, 33% chance. Give him for that actually. I just realized because the Doom wheel does more damage at higher light or something like that. So it's like the enemy is gonna constantly increase the light, and I'm going to want to like decrease it, right? It's the thing with this. So if anything, I should be bringing other stuff instead. No, he needs an egg rose. Give this to him. I need something to increase this muscle's accuracy, but like... Game! Give me a better way to look at shit. Like legit, where is the filter for me to like filter equipment by? Like the type of the traits that the equipment has. Like this one thing this game really feels like it needs, if anything. Like I don't know how many times I've already complained about that. I feel like an old man for constantly saying it, but you know, it really does feel like this game would benefit from having an easy way to look through all of the trinkets that exist. Like rather than just filtering by what class restriction, rarity and all this. Like being able to actually just scroll through and like not just search by the, not just arrange it in alphabetical order, but like filter it and just like type into a little bar to search for the name, or better yet to be able to search by the effect type, since most of the effects are color coded anyway. I think that would be nice as well. Like all things considered, since they've already gone through the extra amount of like color coding most of these, they could have just done that as well, right? 3, 4, 4, 1, 2. I don't know if I need that. I feel like I might eventually need it, so we'll do this. 80 gold. 80 gold. Well, I mean, money is for scrubs, right? It should be fine. I love some sort of class-specific preferred trinkets, so I could just show like half dozen trinkets that my healers would like. I know, right? Like, if only they had something like that, or just an easier way in general to like filter for trinkets instead of just being like, oh yeah, I have 50 trinkets. Let me figure out which one of the 50 I want to look for by scrolling through them one by one. And hey, Pseudo, hope you've been doing good. Auto selects the best. Yeah, actually, you know what? Auto would be actually pretty cool to have as well. Like, I don't know how they would actually figure out the logistics of doing that, but it does feel like it would be pretty cool to have something like that as well. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's here. Okay. Well, like personally, yeah, like just anything that will make it easier to just like filter through, to sift through everything would be nice. Because right now it really does just feel like the game just wants us to look through everything one by one, but oh, he resisted it. Okay. Which especially once you get to like when you start to factor in all of the different DLCs, like even if we exclude the mods, if we include all of DLCs, there's just so many trinkets that it just feels at some point that like being able to just look through all of them through a more advanced filter would be nice. Excuse me, just fix stat upgrades. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like when you have something that like boosts damage and affects the Captain Meat, bro. That can happen? Oh yeah, this is yeah, in base DD it can happen, right? You can just replace. Oh, that's actually annoying. But yeah, it's like I guess yeah, it would be probably difficult like if you consider the fact that all force interaction, yeah, fun. But yeah, it's like, considering the fact that like, most trinkets kind of have like multiple effects, it's like, I guess it's trying to like specify like, oh yeah, this would definitely be good for a specific class, like damage and blight resist as a combination would be kind of hard for the game to tell. But at the same time, it's like being able to filter by the effects themselves feels like it ought to be something that's in the game. Because like stuff like crit, like act, like damage, you know, I don't know how the back end does it, is the problem as well, but like with how neatly the tooltips are done, it does kind of feel like they ought to already have an easy way for the game to tell like that a trinket has these specific traits on it for tracking. Like, would you look at things like this, for example, like they even color-coded stuff like healing. Like scouting and surprise is color-coded blue, healing is green, stuff like this. It makes it feel like the game ought to already have a proper way of like tracking most of the stats. Although yeah, I really don't know how this game's back end does it as well. Like being able to do something as simple as search for trinket with act, for example, would have been nice. And you just push all of those to the top. Or you know what, even better, just only show those, why not?
Devastating blow.
Also, I have to say, coming back to this, after playing the Black Reliquary for so long, it really does fuck with my brain a little, cause like, I come back to this, I get confused by the fact that there's no prep round again. And then every time I come back and I remember there's no prep round, I get mixed feelings, because I can't tell whether it feels better or worse. Because it's like, in battles where I actually want to try hard, it feels worse to not have the prep round. But aside from those, like for normal battles in general, I just feel like when I'm trying to do a grind dungeon with an antiquarian, for example, I just feel worse because I actually don't want to deal with the additional round in grinds. It's the thing as well. Oh no. Bleed out! He's dead. This is not dead.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Also, not having to deal with cooldowns for heal skills is pretty nice as well. Like being able to spam these two heals like whenever I want to. It's a lot more brain dead, but at the same time, it makes it a bit easier, I guess, which is, it's a nice change once in a while. Like having them on a cooldown is more strategic, which is kind of cool. And sometimes, you know, I just want to shut my brain off. Get all that zero stress, so I can just chill now. There isn't any reason for me to not want to do that at this point. Oh.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
This party is making me feel confident. I don't like the fact that I feel confident. It makes it feel like something is gonna go wrong when I feel confident.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Okay, so this is the final Doom Wheel. After the Doom Wheel, there's the funny giant with the midget behind him. The one guy from Harry Potter, basically. Then after that's done, all that's left is to do the side dungeon, I think. And then if we actually manage to clear all of this, my plan is we could actually try doing a Stygian run the next time around. Right, because like clearly I have not fucked up and suffered enough. We need to do a Stygian run just so I can like suffer more, right? We'll have to see how this goes though. Like my main worry is not so much the Doom Wheel and Professor Otacon, whatever his name is, from Harry Potter, who do we have to deal with? But more so
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
the funny Plague Priest again. Because if it's the same boss that we are doing but worse, basically. Right, if it's basically that boss that drops the HP by 90% again, but buffed. If it's really just that and nothing else, I think I'll be very disappointed and very annoyed at the same time.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I'm just hoping that that's not what it
This
is.
expedition at least promises success.
But at the same time, at this point, I don't think I want to trust too much. That it won't be just that.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against
Oh,
the
hey, it's a
coming
wonderful
horrors.
bonfire. That's great. Waifu fire. Okay, sanctuary. Or maybe this would have been better, huh? Bandit sense. Yeah, I should have used that instead. Oh well. 1 point? 1 point. Can't do anything with the 1 point. But she gets her 10% crit. She puts her at 22%.
The
This
way
mask is at a
lit,
decent
the
amount
path
as
is
well.
clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
This is speed. Speed potion. Give him the droop. Oh, this is a lot actually. Plus 5 speed. Coming back to this, looking at the inflated numbers again, really, it's the non-inflated numbers again, really does like mess with my mind as
A
well.
fortune. Waiting
Like
to
looking
be
at
spent.
speed and seeing like small numbers like that, it's just like my brain. It just gets completely confused, like what? 5 speed? Isn't that pretty low? And then I remember that no, this is base DD. 5 is actually pretty decent here. No, there's a part of me that just wants to believe that the inflated stats and Black Reliquary, the 1 speed stone. Yeah, you know, clearly very useful. Clearly having these speed stats half makes it actually useful, right? You know, just totally not complete garbage at all. Like, I don't know, that trinket just feels like garbage regardless. Like,
And power.
1 speed, regardless of whether it's this, with like half speed stats, it still feels like shit.
Their formation is broken.
This one is
Maintain the
dead.
offensive.
We will stun this one. Yeah, the speed stone. I don't know. I really do question why they had to make like the trinket so shit in this.
Continually
As in for the
onslaught.
common ones.
Destroy.
Like when you go up the rarity tiers, the trinkets really do get a lot better, but it really does feel like
Be wary.
the vanilla really does a
Triumphant
very poor
pride
job of like making
precipitates a
trinkets feel
dizzying
powerful
fall.
early game. Oh well, not exactly powerful, but it does a poor job of making them feel useful early game. Like stuff like this, it's very situational, but at least it has no drawback, you know. The types of drawbacks that a lot of this stuff has tends to feel very problematic at times. It's my main other problem with this. Okay. Red and holy teacher. I'm definitely not gonna be able to beat him, that's for sure. This means he's size 3, right? Like, I can't actually tell. Is this 3 or 2? Oh wait, no, I need to... Okay, it's probably 3 then.
Returns.
Okay, wait.
Even the boldest
The brighter the
gaze.
more accurate, the darker the easier I get terrified. I mean, arguably, it being darker always terrifies anyway, so what does it matter, right?
Boogeyman.
It's holding its ground, minus 25% damage taken. Like, I don't know, I actually do like the fact that they actually have like stuff like this. Although the fact that they need to explain it like this, it's a bit weird, I have to say. Like, it does not feel very DD to have the mod like explain to me in text what the boss can do.
But never hidden.
Like, it feels like typically it will be more of the game showing rather than outright telling what the boss can do, which is something I usually would appreciate more. She can't charge forward far enough. If I do this, she would lose damage, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. And you know, no, the one in the back is the one, the torchbearer is the one that like lights. Oh no, wait, he lights up the map as well. Okay, let's do this.
And now, the darkness holds dominion, black as death.
On. Can you not? Like, if they're gonna explain to me with like an entire text dump over here, like how the Doom will operate, it's like the least they could have done then is to at least like, you know, show me the exact values that it's getting buffed, right? Like, being able to see that feels like it would have been nice instead of just getting a text dump. Oh, we got that 33%.
Impressive.
Oh. 99, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. No, what the fuck? Bruh. Okay, he just healed.
Darkness closes in.
He can just heal like that. Cool. Cool, why not? Is there a point? No, right? He's gonna hit me with AoE attacks the entire time, so it's like, if he's just gonna hit me with nothing but AoE attacks, there isn't too much value in me trying to protect. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not, huh? It actually does hit with a normal attack, huh? I guess I was wrong. I mean, it does, rather. Actually hit with, like, single target attacks as well. Okay, cool. Why not? D4. 5?
Patched up. If only to bleed again.
Wait. Okay, wait. I need to do this.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners
Plus
of this
20 dodge.
place.
How valuable is the amount? Clearly getting him to attack isn't too valuable right now, so do that. Fly for 2 turns, just get rid of that. Self plus back damage crit aim, this is
The blood
also gonna say
quickens.
the boss didn't just shuffle your team every round. Yeah, that you see, the thing is, like, him shuffling every turn, it's like part of my brain is just coping and being like, yeah, this is fine, because the shuffler does that kinda as well. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure this boss actually shuffles me more times per turn than the shuffler did in the entire battle. Like, I'm pretty sure this thing is like, every time it chooses to use that specific attack, it just shuffles the entire party, and it's using that attack like 1 to 2 times per round.
Consumes the mind.
Which, the fact that it's actually using it this
Arrows
consistently
may
feels like a
indeed
problem, if
stalk
anything.
these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Maybe the dodge would help here. Oh wait, that... Ooh! Hey, free stun, what do you know? The power is waning. Oh. What does this even give actually, come to think of it? Oh, it gives speed, so if I do this, okay, yeah, that's actually worth it then. One turn repulsed, so I should use it now. Yeah, this is good.
A time to perform beyond one's
We can
limits.
heal the whole party again. They also use the effect that shuffles whole party as long as even just one target is hit. Well, this is true actually, come to think of it. The shuffling horror only shuffle whoever it hit? I actually don't remember at this point, but... Yeah, it feels weird that the entire party is being shuffled every time a single person gets hit. Like that actually makes it feel a little broken if anything, I don't know.
Powerful blow.
Like if it hits one person, it would make sense for just that one person to be shuffled, right? But no, instead the entire party has to be, because clearly that's how you make the game more fair and balanced. So I think we got this at least, it feels like. Right, he has no more attacks this turn. Like the gimmick of this boss in and of itself is nothing to write home about, but at the same time it's decent at least.
Compassion
But like,
is a
it's in the
rarity
main
the
gimmick of
fevered
this
pitch of battle.
light thing, but like, I don't know, it feels... You know, when it comes to the actual skills he uses and the way that the game tries to explain what the boss can do, it feels like there should have been a better way to do it. Like one thing I really like with vanilla, like most of the dungeons, or hell, all of the dungeons, is just the fact and bosses, the fact that even when the game kind of tries to explain to you how the boss operates, it's the same as with VR, right? You can kind of see the stat changes from the buffs, but the game doesn't go out of its way to tell you like, yeah, do this, this is what happens when the light changes. Like, it feels like if this was a boss in like base Darkest Dungeon, if instead of them explaining it in a text down like that, they would probably have had the boss like start the dungeon with like his stats in a certain way. Even with how they explain, if you still guess if it's worth it or not. I mean, it feels like I haven't had to really guess is the problem as well. Like, so far it has really just felt like a binary, like, yeah, I probably don't want to get hit, so I just do that every single turn. Right? They could have just written plus XX if above Y light. You know, I would have rather they had done that and not given me this like text dump here. Like, you know, they start the boss with a buff to act and the light basically being forced to 0, and then at the start of the dungeon the boss basically lights up the map, and then you watch the stat flip in the buff. Like, I would have rather they had just done that instead. Like, it would have made more sense with the way this game plays, it feels like, to just have the boss's buff just flip, and then you show the player that when the environment changes, the buff is changing as well, and then they just don't give the text dump. You know, it feels like it would have worked a bit like, you know, kind of like how the what was his name, the Seer and the Ruins works, right? Where he just does the thing and you just get a red light. You just get, I feel like something bad's gonna happen, or like I can't remember the exact text, but something like that. And then it's up to the player to figure out if they want to deal with that bad thing that's about to happen. you know, like showing what happens basically through the existing gameplay mechanics in the game or systems rather than to give a text dump, basically. I don't know. Instead of writing out buff, say Comet Sun, it hardens in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me this month. Yeah. Clearly that would have been cool, right? Clearly the comets are what are healing it to the point that it takes no damage. The memes. What do they mean? Okay, there's one more boss here. This is 60%. Let's do the DNA of the soul. Yeah, exactly. The power of the... my leg! Okay, give me a second here. Oh god, okay. Okay. The DNA of the soul. Yeah. My leg. My leg. I pulled a muscle. I don't know how. But I managed to pull a muscle on my leg while sitting down. While stretching my leg. Oh, it hurts like a motherfucker. Someone call a medic. The pain is not going away. Come to think of it, I really haven't seen the thing from the stars yet much, I have to say. Maybe we should do a Stygian run after this, just so that I can like experience the full trauma of fighting this the thing from the stars with like next to zero idea how it works, right? But yeah, no. Clearly writing out like funny text would have been cool for the Comet of the Stars, right? It would be like the final boss. It would be like dealing with the heart. And he just asks you to pick a character to die, but they don't exactly tell you what's gonna happen. So like if it's the first time you're playing, it's just gonna be a bit of a spook as well. Like that one was pretty well done. Like they don't really give you much of an explanation, right? It's just a case of like they just give you a semi-mysterious, like ominous one-liner and expect you to like not accidentally kill yourself. I kind of like that one, to be honest, the way it was done. The enemies here are resistant to blight, so I should do like... No, not the Fox Waifu, we'll bring him. I mean, the fight itself is kind of freebie if you get to that point. Yeah, yeah, I know, but like, I just like the fact, yeah, it's just cool, but that's the thing. Like stuff like that is pretty nice, you know. Can you imagine instead of instead of writing that, they just wrote like something like, yeah, pick a party member and basically select party member who you wish to have die, and then that was the entire explanation. Like that would have just been like, it feels like it would have been just way more awful in comparison if it was just that instead. Like for a first time experience, that thing is actually terrifying, especially after like 2 phases of the boss and not knowing if it's the final phase. I wonder how many phases you can actually have for a boss though in this game, if there's actually a limit. Or you can just like have as many phases as you want. Put this guy in. Wait. Oh wait, yeah, damn. No. How about you? Oh, stone addiction tended. Yeah, let's do this. We need a way for me to heal up before the next boss, while also getting the next boss to spawn. Where is the damage received from beat back on 50%? Can't be cured. Transfer from party plus 50% healing received. On self, permanent blight 1 per round. Right, isn't this as much as mod limit I can handle? Oh wait, even that is governed by the mod limit? Also, I just realized, isn't this kind of like the Flagellant's ability in BR? Except with Blight instead of Bleed. You just gain damage. And like stats if Blight instead. What's the point of conditions on this if Blight is permanent? Come to think of it. Permanent Blight. Wait, more like... I just realized what do they exactly mean by permanent blight though? Like, it feels like the concept of permanent blight is not very working. Like, permanent as in one forever, or like I can't cure the blight. Like technically the Flagellant's blight in, you know, BR is technically permanent for the battle, right? Like permanent how? 999 turns that I can't cure? Like this is a bit confusing. That said though, let's see how it works. Wait, no. What did I put it on? Clearly not the smartest idea, but let's test it out. I'm kind of curious how this works. Portable battery. All resistors minus 15% if virtue. Stress heal amount received upon heart attack plus 1000%. The fuck is 1000%? Actual, like, what the fuck is 1000%? Yeah, sure, why not? Why not, right? Duration when applied. Blight amount. 25% range damage skills. But I feel like I would want blight skill chance, right? You get like 30 stress heal on hitting heart attack with 30. So 1000% up means, okay, 100% up means double, right? So 1000% up means how many times is that? Times 2 times 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 30 is 330. It feels very overkill, isn't it? This makes you heal 200 and reset affliction. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it pretty much heals you 200. I mean, it heals you 330 basically, but you can't go more than 200, so I guess it's just 200, yeah. Like, it's just a full heal, but it feels like 1000 is just a funny number that they decided on. So it's like, there's no way you can actually hit 1000, right? So it's just funny number. But yeah, basically a full reset, which... I mean, it sounds pretty good. Like, I don't know exactly how good it is, but it sounds good. There's clearly not enough torches, but I don't want to bring too many torches either. like 4 emergency torches, and since this map doesn't really use shovels as much, I guess this is fine. Oh wait, no, I need the regeneration hit as well. There we go. It's a full heal to stress, which actually sounds pretty OP, I guess. I mean, clearly we're still gonna suffer from the debuff from the heart attack, right? But 1 damage per round for 0 rounds. Sounds like flagellant trinket. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, it actually sounds like flagellant trinket. Yeah. You would technically be able to push the flagellant off of Death's Door, but he would still gain the debuff, right? Like, I know the flagellant doesn't get the normal like Death's Door debuff, but he still gets the debuff for heart attack, right? Like, I don't know if that's actually the case. That's all I remember. All I remember is reading that on the wiki one time many
How quickly the tide turns.
times ago. I don't even know how long ago it was at this point. 555 Unity. Oh, that's the only way I could find the information. It couldn't be helped. You know, back in the days of like, it's not even games code. You have a point. Why just dig it into literal text files? Oh, that's true actually, come to think of it, yeah. I completely forgot they just had everything in a CSV base in this game as well. It's clearly revolutionary technology if you think about it. Like, who wouldn't want the entire game to be in text? As you've seen, Dwarf Fortress, clearly having the entire game as just text is the best way to do it. There we go.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I should just check through it, yeah. But no, you know, clearly looking at wikis is the true meta, right? It's more meta than meta is if you think about it. I don't know, at the very least for Japanese games, that was how they used to do it back in the
As the
day.
fiend falls,
Or even now actually, come to think of it.
hope blossoms.
Because like for a lot of Japanese wiki sites at least, they are actually financially motivated to actually churn out wikis. So the information tends to be like as detailed as it can be. Yeah, free sun ring. Clearly the most OP of here. Look at that, Dad. I'm winning. I'm winning. ENDD wiki success. Yeah. At least it sucked back then. Well, I mean, at the very least, I haven't seen wrong information on it yet. So, recently at least, I think. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's where I got all of my bad information from back then, right?
Otherworldly corruption.
Like I remember when I first played this again, it's like there were so many things that just felt a bit off as well. Probably because of that, I guess. I should go and give it a check again now. Who knows? Maybe it's actually better, right? Also, I don't know, okay, I don't know if my understanding of this thing is right, but it feels like it's basically applying a blight every single turn, and that's what they mean by like permanent blight, it seems like. So, right, like the fact that this is beeping every single time means that like, I could technically cure it and it just applies blight again, right? Wait, it doesn't? Wait, huh? Wait, what? It doesn't? Put trinket on and off to reapply it. Bruh. So much for permanent. So much for permanent. Like this might have possibly been the best way they could have implemented it, but the because added minus 1000% blood cure chance. Yeah, like anything feels like it would have been better to like explain the effect. Uh-oh. Blindsided by bloody rats. Yeah, I don't know. Like the way they applied it, it feels like I guess it works. I guess. You know, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, question mark. But like at this point, it just feels like the tooltip could have been better explained, is how I would put it. Like I look at the skill and all I feel is like, yeah, I guess it's kind of permanent, but not really. Like a proper explanation would have been nicer. Like blight till cured or something. I don't know.
Death by inches.
It's already a custom tooltip. Yeah, that's the thing. It looks like it is, right? But like, if they were gonna do that, they could have just like made it more detailed, like on equip, permanent blight 1 per round. Then I don't know, like on equip permanent blight 1 per round until cured or something. Because it's obviously like it's proofing the moment I cure it, right? Like, oh wait, no, wait, I didn't wanna. Oh, that's the wrong skill. But what that at the very least that explains my point, though. See, like it's permanent until it's cured, and then it's no longer permanent. Like,
And now the true test.
would have been nice if that was actually explained.
Or expire.
All but can exist till they're cured. Yeah, but most blights aren't permanent is the thing, you see. The thing is, like, they're calling it permanent, but it's not permanent in the sense that it's not curable. It's permanent in the sense that it will last until it is cured, you know? Like most blights are just like, do X for X turn or for Y turns or something like that. But this one is like, they just have the word permanent on it. But the word permanent in and of itself is, you know, there's multiple ways to understand what the word permanent could mean. Like when I see the word permanent, my brain just could have said for duration of the quest. Yeah, something like that would have been nice. Like anything but what it currently is would have been nice, I feel like.
Slowly.
Because like permanent is like it's a word that technically it shouldn't be something that would be debatable, but it feels like it's, depending on who you ask, their interpretation of what the game means by permanent could vary. Which is the weird thing of this. It's really unplayable. No, clearly they are rats. Then the rats make it fully playable. You know, just if you think the game is bad, just throw a bunch of murderous human rats into it. It'll make the game all the better. You know, the moment they go like die, my brain just goes like, yeah, it's fine if the tooltips don't work. You know, it's fine if the bosses are a bit too spooky. At least we have the snail waifu to make things less painful. Wait, no. I should just, no, yeah, let's do this. I have to say though, the druid really does feel quite OP. like he doesn't have as much like single turn heal, but the way his restorations work really do feel quite broken, I have to say. Because like yeah, he doesn't heal as much as like the occultist or the Vestal would in a specific form, but like the fact that basically you can just stack so much heal that you will heal to full as you're traveling through the dungeon after the battle makes it feel like, you know, like shit like this where it's just like big heals. It just makes it feel like he makes the party a lot more sustainable as well.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh, what? Yeah, I shouldn't take the Citron. I keep forgetting the Citron in the base game as well. Like in vanilla, it's just complete trash. Like in BR, it's slightly marginally better than gold, but in this, it's actually trash, and I keep forgetting that. Like why did they even put Citron into the game? Mods doing unique questionable mod things, it's like, yeah, fine, but like why did they even put like Citron in the form that it's in into the base game itself?
Even the boldest gaze.
It just feels weird.
Inspiration and improvement.
Oh no. Did they never mention it at all? It feels like the kind of thing that someone would have like asked them at some point and they would have answered about. It's less reliable to stack than gold, also having lower stacks. So yeah, exactly. Like it's actually horrible in every way, shape and form, which is what makes it feel so weird. Like, you know, it makes one question why it was even put in the game.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Oh no. Crap. Maybe. It really feels like at this point, like it's like, it really just does feel like it's just something that's there to like torture the new players, cause like when a person plays the game and they figure out finally how shit it is, they're not gonna pick it up, but like new players are just gonna be like, oh yeah, jam. Then they'll pick it up until they finally reach a max stack size, and then they realize that like shit's horrible. Also, what's the fucking deep scar? Wait! Minus 10% death roll, minus 10% HP, minus 20%. Like, cure receive chance? Wait, huh? Minus 20% black cure receive chance. You can do that? So what? It reduced the chance that this cure would cure? Is that what it means? Like, my cures have a chance to fail. That sounds like a quirk. Yeah, clearly not a... You know, clearly that's not a disease or a wound, right? It feels like that would have worked better as a sickness. Yeah. I'm surprised they actually... Wait, there was nothing similar to this in vanilla, was there? Like, it's pretty cool, the effect itself, but like... It feels weird seeing it here for the first... I don't know, because for me this is the first time I'm seeing it, and it just feels like... Shit.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Okay. But wait, so... But even then, so... Wait, they actually put in the functionality for this to be a thing, just that it's not used. You mean? Like that, basically that, like even though it doesn't matter whether or not, like blight chance doesn't behave like a probability in the base game because it's not used. but they added it in the code as a probability. They do it like that for a bunch of things, huh? Well, that's actually pretty cool. Where's my time ambush?
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against
Oh yes,
the coming
fire waifu.
horrors.
I guess you could say she's probably one of the hottest waifus around, huh? Yeah, I can now bit the devil out of him, right? There we go. Bit the devil out of him. Accuracy and crit. Heal 1 for 15 rounds, minus 10 stress, minus 40 stress, if not affected, minus 20% stress. Yeah, sure.
The match is struck.
Wait,
A
what other
blazing
stats do they do
star
that
is
for
born.
that's actually not used though?
The sparkling
Wait, he
eyes
can
of
appear
youth,
here?
Twisted.
I mean, he probably
and
can appear in
made
all dungeons,
merciless.
but still. Oh. Hello there. Fancy meeting you here. Stun 120% base. 120% base, so 50% chance to stun. Oh! There's a bunch. Wait, okay. Yeah, I was just slightly curious as to like what other stuff they actually do that for. All buffs that you get percentage buffs. Flat bonus and vice versa. Yeah, no, see, that's the thing. For buffs, it kind of makes sense, but I'm just surprised that like stuff like this, right, where it's just like the way that cure works can also be influenced like that was just kind of surprising as all. Like at the very least, I wasn't expecting that. Like even for like, you know, stuff like blight, well not blight, but like even stuff like curing of your statuses can also be set to like fail on a set percent chance. I mean, if it's actually applied as a buff or something, you can apply dodge as buff instead of effect. Oh. This is how to take a buff light. Yeah. That's true. Then because it's considered. Wait, so let me see my understanding of it is right. So because of the fact that it applies as a buff instead, it has 100% chance to happen, right? Like typically if someone tries to blight you, it's a percentage chance, but since it applies as a buff, does that mean that the chance of it happening is 100%? Or is the way that the what's it called? Is the way that the occultist heal actually bleeds a person also technically a buff? Because the trigger they don't use chances. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I think you did mention it before. That like majority of the time it is always just like a flat thing instead. Because of the way the trinkets work. Well, they're not a flat thing, but like typically it's not left to chance.
A trifling
Babbitt's
victory,
hit, 60% healing
but a
received.
victory nonetheless.
Who's hit? Babbitt. Who? And there's so many characters with heads, and I can't tell who is supposed to be who.
As the light gains purchase,
Quick note of fact
spirits
that
are
applies
lifted,
dot as
and
buff and then it
purpose
goes
is made
off.
clear.
It's chance, your debuff chance buffs. Enemies debuff resist if target isn't friendly. Your debuff chance buffs. And enemies debuff resist. Yeah, at this point my brain is slightly melting.
Power.
But, it actually is a lot more versatile than I thought if that's the case though. Like after all the times of listening to people complain, it started to feel like the system itself would be quite inflexible, which yeah, I guess it probably is, but like yeah, it's kind of surprising how flexible it is at the same time. It's like phenomenal instead of dot chance, especially because of debuffing stuff. Oh. Okay, then yeah. Now that makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Sensei. That's a lot easier for my brain to process at least. No, it's kind of amazing that even dots can be played around with like this. Like as inflexible as the system is when it comes to certain things, it's kind of cool how like when it comes to modding, it's both extremely flexible and inflexible at the same time, I guess. Oh, I really love parties like this.
As
I wonder if
victories
be
mount,
flexible. No, it is flexible in its inflexibility is how I would put it, I suppose. Like, it isn't the most flexible thing, but in spite of how inflexible it is, some things are surprisingly flexible. You can only work with things they wanted you to work with. Oh yeah, but that's the thing, like, considering the fact that there were so many exploitable bugs that were used for modding, in a weird, like, twisted way, it's like... It ends up feeling like a lot more stuff could actually be done than expected. You just wrangle it into submission and do what you want it to do. Ah yes, so it's basically like an ooh or lolly. I mean, how does Druid here work again? The Druid basically has a bunch of like restorations, like this is basically a 1 for 4 turns. This is a base 2 heal with 3 for 2 turns. Just blight heal in a stun skill. For the most part, he heals mostly through restorations instead of flat healing. Is the way he seems to work. So he heals less than you would expect the occult. So like if you need like immediate healing, he would probably be worse than
the way is lit. The path is clear.
Occultist or Vestal, but
only the strength to follow it.
The main benefit feels more like just the fact that you can put him there, and even if he gets stunned, as long as you have been keeping the restorations going, you kind of can tide over a little more. It just makes him a bit more consistent rather than the other two. Because if you're spamming restorations every turn, technically you could, while get him being disabled or unable to stun would technically set you back a little in terms of the heal. You kind of still can heal a bit, like, and tide yourself over for maybe 1 or 2 turns after you can heal again. That and, you know, full party bleed blight heal. Is it full party? No, this is a single target, right? Wait, no, I think this was everyone in the area, I think. Like, it's kind of confusing, but I think so at least. Let me check. Is there even a battle? There's no battle. Never mind. We will see it again at some point. It might be AoE. Yeah, it feels weird that like friendly targets don't. Oh yeah, it doesn't show friendly targets on the skill, does it?
A sanguine memory.
Like I actually needed a separate mod for that, right? To be able to see like who gets targeted on the friendly side. Like I'm pretty sure this is an AoE like Bleed Blight for the full party. But I could be wrong, but I think so at least. Which instance is bleed disease resist? We don't need that. Where's the stupid? Wait, didn't she get like the It's not like a mod enables that. Yeah, true. Oh, it's not obsessed with food. Yeah, I get that the mod just adds it in, but like, if I recall, a large part of the community is using it, right? So, if I were to add it in, there is a high probability that, you know, at the very least for the druid, somebody might have already done it, right? Which might be convenient to have, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not 100%, but like, someone probably has written it in, right? Although, yeah, it seems like whatever scar she got just now, it need to be done in the mod itself. But yeah, wait. Yeah, she definitely got like a deep scar, but apparently, like, you know, they call it a deep scar, but you know, maybe in this world, scars are more of a suggestion than an actual injury. It's like, yeah, you got a deep scar, but now you feel depressed, therefore your scar has turned into ashen instead. You know, usual stuff. Could have gotten replaced. Yeah, I think it got replaced by ashen in the end. Like it's a very high chance it got replaced. It's just that the concept of it feels funny to me, because like, you know, yeah, you know, the you got scarred, yeah. The scar hurts, but you know, deep scars, the scars are just a suggestion, right? You just feel a bit depressed, get a little ashen, and poof, your scar is gone. It's just the snail nanomachines at work, clearly. Nanomachines. Son. Wait, did he reach tier 5? Oh, he is 5, okay. Cool. Oh, I can't use him anymore. Medium. Wounds of walking. Be healed but never hidden. You can never hit. Never hidden. Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. It still shows technically, yeah. Oh wait, no. It doesn't show anymore. Well, I guess it has been hidden as well now. They can be healed. And they won't be hidden until you look at the menu once and look away. Then they're just hidden forever. Though hey all. Hope you have been having a good day so far. Day? I mean, your day is probably over at this point, but still. Hey. Hope things have been good. 3, 4, 2. He looks better in the second slot, so I should do this. Put the whip here. Mostly. Well, hopefully it wasn't too bad at least then. Okay, take this. I don't have enough bleed stuff to make this work, do I? Yeah, meanwhile over here it's just like the trying to stream at this time of the day again, the internet went down again. Well, it's a good thing it actually came back up after like half an hour in. So here I am again. But like, yeah, I don't know. The internet in Japan isn't all it's cut out to be, I have to say. Like, as much as it gets played up as like, oh yeah, you know, Japan, the plan for today is just DD. I mean, we could do whatever. Like, we could do like Isaac as well instead. So far the only plan is just DD. Because like, in like 6 hours time, 6 hours? No, 7 hours from now I guess we are probably doing the spooky, me getting spooked by a Unity asset game again. Because, you know, clearly the scariest thing in the world is not some evil demon. It's not some big satanic figure. It's just Unity assets. Default Unity assets are the scariest things in the world. Yeah, Unity assets. Scary. No, get it away from me! I don't even need this. Let's give him melee. Can we do this? We could do FTL though, yeah. I'll see if I can unlock the boss with this dungeon. If we unlock the boss with this dungeon, I'll do the boss. If we beat, regardless of whether or not we beat the boss, I'll just go off and we'll do FTL after that then. Let's do it that way. Actually, I don't even need this at this point. I can just bring like the cure instead. My teeth can sometimes cut my tongue. Like, I'm not bleeding, but it's rough enough that it wears away a bit of the inside of your tongue. No, I don't know what's going on in your mouth, but you might want to check for those like, you know, Dracula teeth or all that. If it's actually like cutting the tongue. Oh wait, you mean like it's actually sharp enough to scrape? Although the fact that it's actually, like, jokes aside, the fact that it can actually be sharp enough to scrape the tongue is like, it feels like something that might be better to get checked out as well though. Like, it sounds like it has the potential to actually be a health risk. Where's away a bit of the side of the tongue? Like what? It's actually causing it to like... no, it's not... The word... No, the word isn't get dry. I don't know what's the word. God damn it, my brain isn't functioning right. It's like, it's causing the side of the tongue to get raw, you mean? Like when there's too much abrasion on the skin and it just like gets like coarse and like... all bleedy in that sense. Not bleedy, but like raw. I don't know what's the word. But yeah, that actually sounds quite rough.
Decisive pummeling.
Like for me, the only sharp tooth I have is like the canine that's like, it's jutted out a bit at the front, so it makes me look like a monster, but at the same time, it jutting out like that kind of, at the very least, prevents it from cutting me, so... Never had it get to that point before, but it sounds like it could... It actually sounds quite dangerous, that it can actually like... scrape to that extent so consistently. Also, more on that Unity asset game though, I have to say, hey, you never know, Unity assets are clearly the scariest thing in the world. by virtue of the fact that they are so low quality. If you think about it, right, like when people talk about like why animations in the past were so creepy looking, it was precisely because of how shitty they looked that they were actually creepy, right? Clearly that's what's happening here as well. You know, it's like the animation in like Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? Well, it's like, it looks so old and low quality and bad that low qualityness makes it scary instead. What? Yeah, you know, this the thing about how they were saying that, like, especially when it comes to 3D modeling, the reason why like stuff in the past, like in the early 2000s, looked so creepy was precisely because it was so low quality. Like, it was high quality enough for you to be able to tell what you're looking at, but because of how low quality it was, still, it's like everything looks weird and jarring in ways that make it creepy instead. And clearly that's the reason why Unity assets are so creepy, right? Not just me coping at all. Unity assets are clearly the scariest thing in the world. Like, the low qualityness of them are just making them creepy. Surely. What? Wait, what? Something got buffed. I don't know what got buffed, but it feels like he buffed something. Oh great, it actually put him back in his original position. That's actually quite convenient. Like, I don't even have to move him back now. He just got sent back to the Shadow Realm, just like that. Easy.
Decimated.
We done.
Be
We
wary.
done.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay. Oh, right, it's this. I just remembered. Like, it took me a while, I know, but like, I just remembered this shitty dungeon type that I picked. So I actually need to look for the columns. Oh, this is gonna be
Glittering
fun.
gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Clearly not gonna be difficult or problematic at all.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
But yeah, I don't have enough mods to make bleed parties as intimidating, huh? Fire. Like, with the mods that we have, technically, like, blight parties now are just completely terrifying. It feels like, but like bleed is, by extension, it just makes bleed feel a lot more underwhelming instead. I mean, there are probably good mods out there to like make bleed parties like even stronger, but yeah, probably just need to find them first. Is the problem.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
What's that? It sounds like a pipe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. Like, it's just a lot of weird sounds all around. Not weird like spoopy ghosts, but like just like what sounds like the pipe creaking or something from another house and shit like that.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Clearly this entire building is just slowly breaking down. Also, I just realized that he doesn't have the blight buff for some reason. Let's do this. No, I can't change it now. Can't change it now. You did. You did. You did.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
You did. And for crit as well. Guaranteed crit skills really feel a bit too...
As victories mount,
I don't know,
so
they
too
feel
will
both very OP
resistance.
and very underwhelming at the same time because of how most people balance them. Like, they feel like they have the potential to be overly strong, So most people just like reel back the effects of it, which make it feel very underwhelming at the same time. Okay, wait. Okay, let's go through here. It just feels like with this game, like crit does so much for the party in general that like being able to guarantee a crit feels like something that's just very hard to balance in general. Finding that sweet spot of getting it to crit in a way that's like meaningful but not too broken, and also in a way that's not too inconsistent. I mean, if it's guaranteed, it's like it's probably gonna be consistent, but like having an easy to proc condition really feels like would have been quite a challenge. Oh yes, of course he guts him. Oh wait, I forgot to swap his trinket out. Oh wait, no, just a free blight. What do you know? It all worked out. Now I don't have to deal with giving him blight. Though yeah, I guess I accidentally cleared the blight at some point without realizing. Because I feel like since the start of the dungeon he hasn't had it. Well, it's probably a case of like at the very start of the dungeon, I accidentally cleared it at some point. This one. One thing I realized is that sometimes I'm accidentally pushing like the button for the other skill instead. Other skill? I'm accidentally pushing the button for the whatchamacallit, the Deep Light Cure skill instead of the AoE like restoration. Oh yes, of course. The bleeds.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
What's 6 now? 7, 8. 3 speed, 4 speed, 2 speed. Do this.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Do this. And he's dead. Okay. Easy.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Warpstone. Do I want to cure this? Yeah, sure. I mean, not really cure, but enlace it, I guess. I feel like I should just cure it outright, but at the same time, it's like, hey, free buff. Why not? Oh. Yeah, like the bleed amounts, they just don't feel as intimidating as the snail. Like the concept of how he works is pretty cool, but it's not as intimidating. It feels like 7, 11, 4. Yeah, take this up. This thing causing like discomfort. Oh wait, so the blister itself is what is scraping, huh? Oh, that actually sounds like it would be quite painful though. Oh. Yeah, especially if you got them to shave the... Wait, shave the top of your teeth flat? Wait, they can do that? Is that a normal thing there? This is like the first time I ever heard of people actually doing that. Maybe I should get them done with a canine as well, huh? Looks like this canine is actually quite sharp. Oh yeah, I mean if they actually shave it flat, I guess that might actually be what's cutting it as well, huh? Like on the one hand, like okay, I don't know if my teeth are just fucky and that's why I can't tell, but like it does feel like at the same time like if it's too flat, like it could actually just like, well not exactly sharp, but like it would be significantly sharp enough to like cause abrasion with the blisters, right? I mean they can shave them, huh? This is the amount of forward blister on the tongue, it's like the same amount of discomfort. Yeah, on the tongue it just feels like it'll be extremely painful as well, since like I think I've only ever had like ulcers on the tongue before, not so much blisters, but like just the fact that like the tongue is so sensitive just makes it hurt even more when it like rubs against the teeth or anything else. I don't like it. And the worst part is that no one ever seems to have an idea how to solve it either.
To the task's end.
Like when I got it as a kid, my parents would just be like, no, just drink some water, that would help. And I'll just be sitting there like, but mom, it doesn't work. And she'd just be like, no, you're just not drinking enough water, go drink more. And it just never goes away until it decides to on its own. There isn't really much medication for that either, is there? If you get mild ulcer, the only thing to do is wait for your body to fix itself, so good luck. Yeah, that's the thing. Those are just like fucking horrible. And I remember like as a kid, it really was just a case of them being like, no, it will cure itself if you drink enough water. Here, drink more. And they just made me drink more and more, and it's like, yeah, chief, it didn't work in. Fun, very fun, clearly. Wait, didn't they get surprised? Why does he get priority? You drink more, but it runs over the ulcer and causes more pain. Yeah, exactly. And I can't tell if they were just like trying to torture me at that point. Like it's all just some big brain conspiracy, right? Where they're just like, haha, stupid child. It's just gonna drink more and suffer more. Who knows? Oh, you know what we did have though? Back home where I came from. They had a weird cream as well that they would actually apply on the ulcer that did nothing, but that tasted bitter as fuck. Because like, it's a cream that they would put on the ulcer on the tongue, and supposedly due to like some weird like traditional Eastern medicine like theory, it's supposed to like lessen the ulcer, however the fuck that works. Turns out it never worked. The best part is that it tasted like ass as well, so as a kid who couldn't control himself, it's like, you just end up licking it and just going like, just suffering more instead. But hopefully that goes away soon though. Although what's the difference between that and getting a blister in the first place though? Like I genuinely do not know what the difference is, because like even if I had gotten a blister before, my parents would have just called it an ulcer all the time, and I would have never known that there was a difference. I always thought blisters was just like something you get on the feet or the hand, I guess, from like what's the word for it? Like just from like over excessive
Prodigious
abrasion.
size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Well, I guess if the teeth is too flat and it's just like constantly rubbing against the tongue, maybe that's what's causing it. Oh. Like just the general abrasion as well. Oh yeah, even with my fucked up like teeth, this is the
Mind
first
that
I'm
such
hearing of it.
missteps are the exception and not the rule.
Cause like as a kid I never got braces as
Wealth
well.
beyond measure,
Even though I heard that's actually
awarded
quite
to
common
the
in some
brave
parts of
and
the world.
foolhardy alike.
Like I heard that's especially common in like the West in general, but like back where I came from, we barely ever got the chance to get braces. Or at the very least, my family never really got the chance, cause it's like, shit's expensive. Like I think like one just to get the braces cost like about 1 month of a fresh graduate salary here. Or slightly more actually, just for the initial work, which, yeah, it stacks up to be quite a bit over time. I think the blister is not temperature sensitive, so only pressure that trigger pressure. Also, it's actually part of your mouth is actually like gone, so it's exposed. Part of the mouth is actually gone. So it's like a bubble from bacteria or something. Ah, I see. Mouth being actually gone actually sounds kind of scary. It actually makes it sound like the part of the mouth is just literally like just the chunk just flew out, you know. Like something or another on the body just caused a chunk of the tongue to just like go and just fly out the mouth. I don't want that. No, yeah, I guess no, yeah, I guess part of it just being like that is why it will be something that's not really actually curable. With like medication.
Well struck.
As much as my parents would have liked to tell me that like, no, drink more water, the ulcer will disappear. I'm just gonna get up 8 teeth and braces for a year. You know, so this is that for the tongue and teeth rubbing together. Ah. Oh, that's actually rough though, that it actually just like got pushed back like that as a result. Oh yeah, that's the other thing with getting braces as well.
Singular strike.
Like as a kid, the idea of getting braces was just terrifying to me, just due to the fact that like you actually have to pull out some teeth in order to create space for like, you know, the rest of the teeth to move into position. Like as a kid, the concept of it terrified me so much. And then adding on to the fact that you're paying so much to have your teeth pulled out, it's just like my brain could not comprehend it either. Although looking at my teeth now, sometimes I really wish I actually did it instead. No way, you didn't? More like they didn't ask you to just pull out the teeth at the start? I would have thought that usually they would just be like, when they ask you to get the braces, they'll be like, yeah, this is how many teeth we will probably need to pull out. And they'll just like pull it out before they put on the braces, do they not?
This expedition at least promises success.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Those dentists, they just built differently.
A moment of respite. A chance
I
to
don't know
steel
what to call it.
oneself against the coming horrors.
Okay, wait. No, he has the skill. What? Oh, I can't. I need to. Can I use this now? Oh, I can. Plus 20 attack. Okay. Is he diseased? He is diseased. Wait, I can do this. Oh, big brain. The overcrowded teeth, so I had those removed before I got braces. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, no. Sorry, my brain only now just made the connection of what you meant. See, this is the problem of never getting braces. Like, my brain does not comprehend it until like it you know, funny music, dun 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 dun, and then my brain finally made the connection. Oh, so you meant like since the retainers couldn't be kept on, the teeth moved back. Okay. Yeah, my brain took a second to realize what you meant because like, you know, the functionality of all that didn't exactly sink in as it was supposed to. I broke one of my top tooth twice if I got it repaired when I only got 2 more wisdom tooth removed, I had 1 left. Oh,
In
getting
Radiant,
wisdom
may
tooth
we
removed as
find
well. That
victory.
sounds like it'll be extremely painful. Like the pain was so much that like, because like back here, like entering the military was actually compulsory. It's like a conscription thing for all citizens. It's like what some people would do is that they would intentionally go and get their wisdom teeth pulled out one by one to like get a long extended like period of like medical leave from the military while in it, so that they can like minimize their serving
The
period.
abyss returns even the
I don't know how
boldest
painful it is actually, but like from what I hear, it's like that shit is just like actual torture, which is why they keep such a long period. Well, at least you managed to get the top tooth repaired, though. Like the fact that just the fact that it can actually break like that twice is already sounds quite scary, I have to say. So it's just like, yeah, the fact that it can even be fixed is already a good thing. Come to think of it, I don't even know what happened to my wisdom tooth teeth. Like I never actually got them like removed during the military to get the additional leave like everyone else did. But now I was like, I think I did have one at the bottom right jaw, but it like, I'm not sure what happened to it, but it like fell out, you know, like it popped out. I don't think it was rotten or anything at least, but it just like one day it just popped out, and now there's a hole there that apparently has been there for like 3 years at this point, and I don't know if it's ever gonna heal. Because like there's this like permanent hole in my gum from where the tooth used to be. Oh no, teeth in general, it's terrifying shit. You know, human teeth, not even once. Maybe that's a prescription of painkillers and antibiotics, so I need to get antibiotics. And gaping holes in the back of the mouth, constantly flushing them. Yeah, do those actually go away? Like, I think I still have one of it there, and it's like, it feels weird that it doesn't seem to ever go away. Did yours eventually go away? No. It's just in the mouth tissue. Okay, so clearly something's wrong with me then if that's the case, because like, mine ain't going away. Unless I'm like fucking up the flushing process or something. Though yeah, even having to flush it with antibiotics, if I recall, was like quite a pain, wasn't it? Because like you can't actually gargle that shit. You have to like keep it in there and like, so, you know, let it sink in and then let it like slowly leak out of the mouth instead. I don't know. The human mouth is a weird thing. Why couldn't it be just simpler? Like, you just use the mouth to do like funny stuff with the funny, non-family friendly stuff and just leave it at that.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
So this now it just feels like the mouth is way too complicated. With like all the shit that can actually go wrong. Curio. Scout chance if below light, I think. Torch below 26. One person
If
don't
only
until I
treasure
get
could
home.
staunch
Well,
the
at least
flow
it worked that well.
worldly
I
corruption.
remember hearing stories which are so terrifying of like people for whom the like the gas like only worked partially and they just like woke up halfway through the thing. Well, like that shit sounds so terrifying to the point that it's like, yeah, the fact that it worked completely fine, it's just like, yeah, well, blessed that it actually worked that well.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Though yeah, for over here it's like they didn't even go to the extent though, like I don't know, the fact that they're actually
promise
using
of
like
safety.
IV and actual like gas to put people to sleep there to extract the teeth. That shit just sounds like science fiction to me. Cause
Finding
like
the stuff is only the first test.
for me, what I
Now it
remember
must be
was like
carried
what they
home.
would do was that they would just take a long needle, they would just like it inject a numbing agent straight into the gum while you're still awake and just like, you know, wait for the entire like side of the mouth to fall asleep and they just like pop out the tooth instead. Like that shit is actually terrifying. I'm just keep the monitor in case something happen. Ah, I see. But yeah, I don't know, just the fact that it actually like went to that extent. It sounds like it sounds so friendly that it's actually mind blowing. I don't know, is it considerable friendly? It feels friendly to me at least. Like compared to just having them pull out a needle in your face and just like stab it into the gum and plug out the tooth like while you're while you're awake and barely able to feel it happening, just sounds so terrifying that like, hey. In the way they did it for you just sounds amazing. I broke the tooth twice. Was it while riding a bike? It feels like that would be the most common reason, right? Just like riding a bike, and just try to do a wheelie, fly off the bike and just like face plant and chip the tooth twice or something. Not spots. Not spots. What else could it be? Like what? I mean, are you gonna tell me what, like, you just bit into a very hard piece of bread and that somehow chipped the tooth? Oh, it really was food, huh? Oh shit. Wait, what food? Like, oh, that actually sounds so scary, god damn it. That just makes it sound even scarier. You know, like, as a kid, I always had this phobia, you know, of like biting into a nut or something, right? And my tooth just like breaking from biting into a nut or something hard, like, to the point that like, man, it being caused by food is just like the stuff of nightmares. What did you even bite into though? Like the closest thing I can think of that might actually chip it is either you were biting into a nut and the nut was just too strong and it just like chipped the tooth, or the weird thing that he would always do in Southeast Asia, where instead of like opening, you know, like crabs with their hard shell, like shellfish, like crabs, like lobsters, right? Well, more so for crabs, I guess, because like with a lobster you kind of can just like split it in half and eat it, but like with crab typically it's like there's so much shell that how a rational person will eat it is probably to like crack the shell of a nutcracker or something, right? But like people here, they like to like actually bite the crab shell of their teeth to crack it. And it feels like that would be a leading cause of it, if anything. You got hard to get. We need to be crunchy and stuff like this. Wait, there are granola chunks can actually be hard enough to chip a tooth? Even for the chicken wings, it actually sounds kind of scary that they can actually get that hard. Bruh. Those are literally two things that I never would have thought could actually cause it. Like, okay, I mean maybe with a chicken wing, if you bit into the bone or something, it feels like it'd be very, very possible. But like, holy shit! Sound broke a tooth on sun chips. Sun chips? Oh, what's that? Sun chips. Wait, are those like actual potato chips? Wait, those are actually just potato chips, right? Like, how? How? Like a very wavy square chip. Yeah, kind of like Ruffles, right? They broke it on like... Bro, it sounds like the person just had very brittle... At that point, it just sounds like the person might have had very brittle teeth. Because like... Shit, man. It doesn't sound like the kind of stuff that would regularly happen, at least. It's way harder than Ruffles. Huh. Maybe that's why, huh? Way harder than Ruffles. Yeah, I've never eaten sun chips in my life. I don't even know if they have those in Japan, but now you actually have me curious to see if I can find it just to try it. Like, I actually now want to see just how hard it can actually be, just and hope that I don't actually chip my own teeth doing that in the process. Because like hell, that actually sounds quite very tough if you can actually do that. Be your own wave. Yeah, I have never seen anything like this before. Like I have bootleg like Pringles here, right? Like literal Pringles with Japanese text on it because it's from Japan, but that says that it's produced and packaged in Malaysia, with an image of just the hat and the moustache of the Pringles man without the actual circle inside. Like, I have shit like this, but I have never seen like sun chips in my life. Like, I have an easier time finding bootleg potato chips than sun chips. Okay, I need to go and actually see if I can find this then. Maybe I can find an American mart or something. Because like, if I can't find an American mart, I don't know if I can actually find something similar to this anywhere. Non-cheap, deviant taste, not the visit proper resolution, but never drink. speaking of chips though, I have to say, like, Japan really does have a lot of like home brand chips as well. I feel like most countries have their own home brands as well, but like it is quite surprising how few like major chip brands you would see. Like if you were to go to just like any other like 7-Eleven or convenience store within Japan. Like I think the most I hesitate to even use the word normal because it's so rare to even find stuff like that in the first place, but rare? But like yeah, like maybe it's just because Japan has its own like Calbee, which is like, you know, more famous globally. But like yeah, I don't really see many of those like big brand chips. It's like 50% of the chips whenever I go to the convenience store is just Calbee, and the rest is just like home Japanese brands. I trouble swallowing, taking pills, so I had Jane decided to put it in small orange wedges and swallow it that way. Oh. Well, on the one hand, it sounds like you might actually choke on the orange wedges, which sounds kind of scary, but at the same time, it's like that actually does sound like quite a brilliant way to do it. Like yeah, that would probably be the best way to get to swallowing it without like actually, you know, causing yourself to choke on it, huh? On the one hand, I feel like I should like try doing that with the vitamin C pills that I take, but at the same time, it feels like if I'm gonna buy like oranges just to swallow like vitamin C pills, I feel like I'm probably doing something wrong already. If stress above 70, that doesn't really matter. We're not bringing this much, so it's fine. Get rid of that. We'll put you here. Blood and guts. Keep it 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. No, we should give her if it bleeds, I think, for this one. If it bleeds, kill it. If it don't bleed. We go like 2, 3, 4? Maybe. There we go. Totally ready now. I get reflex and we usually chew everything, so it's hard to try even with water or something. Yeah, especially with large pills. Like some pills are just so large that it just feels like no matter how hard one were to try, it would just end up coming back out instead. Like usually I would just try and hope that water would solve the problem, but yeah, more often than not, it feels like even with water, it's just like I end up choking instead. You know what? You might actually be onto something there with the orange wedges.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
I gotta try that the next time as well. It actually sounds like it might be a good idea. Uh-oh. This is not a good start, is it? This is definitely not a good start, is it? Two turns, 2 rounds. 2 rounds. I could probably just killed him off, right?
Their formation
This
is
is about
broken.
weapons.
Maintain the
He's
offensive.
seems like a decent way. Yeah, it's like at the very least, it sounds like it would be a very good way to just like get it through the body without like the reflex. Cause like even with water, it's like I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like you try to take the pill of water, but in the end, it's like the pill goes down quicker, or the water ends up going down quicker than the pill itself, which just makes an overall awkward situation instead. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that happened in the past as well. Like, I don't even know how common that is. Like, it's just like the water goes down, but the pill for some reason just stays there. Like, it's just sticking. And then it's like, when it finally goes down, there's so little water left that the damp, moist pill just sticks harder and just like chokes even harder. When shit like that happens, it's just rough. Fun happening with low HP. Yeah, fun. Classic DD, right? Wait, 4. That's not good. Classic.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, these two are bleed to death, so I can probably just heal the party instead, but maybe like this? Oh, into the shit.
The slow
16 is
death.
a nice number.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
There we go, we did it. 6, 35, 44, 37. Okay, do this. Turn one mob stone? No, we'll just heirloom instead. Please don't touch that. Oh, god damn it. Oh, okay, at least nothing happened. I don't want him touching that, god damn it. Okay, at least now she's back to 50%, but that was barely even in the first room. Like, that was just the first battle, and she went, like, the entire party went from, like, full HP to, like, this at the end. With the Hellion almost hitting death's door as well. Storm Fiend was the one with the stalactite thing at the front. What was it called? Stalactite? Or was it a stalagmite? The tide hangs from the ceiling. Yeah, the one with the stalactite above its head in front. And the Voldemort baby on its back. Yeah, the baby on the back one. It's that one, and this is the first battle against it, so we should be good, I think. Also, did she just consume food without consuming the food? Or did she just have only... Oh no, it's because I fed her before, right? Baby back ribs. Oh no, when we ain't eating no rat babies, that's for sure. Like, I like ribs, just as any other person does, but no, not this ribs.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Six is 10. 10 with 4, I need to do 6 damage. This is 2 to 3 to 3. If I do 3, I'll be enough, right? Okay. I guess not. Well, I mean, I tried. It wasn't enough. Wait, oh. She actually gonna death stall. Oh! 1 HP. Hey, what do you know? Easy. Actual 1 HP. Holy shit. Okay, get this one. Or not.
As the fiend falls, a faint
7,
hope blossoms.
He's hungry, so he'll eat probably. Oh,
A momentary abatement.
yeah, fun. The dodge values on these enemies as well. Pretty scary, not gonna lie. No, on the one hand it's champion difficulty, so I guess it's not too bad, I guess. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of scary as well. Oh, good, go again.
The abyss
6
returns
tons.
even the boldest gaze.
No, we should be fine, I think. I do like how the I do like how the this thing just gives a 33% chance to clear horror, so like technically this means if I do this, at least one of them would lose horror, right? Well, what do you know? None of them lost it. I mean, this is how it works, right? Probability. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Yes, regen. Yeah, the way the regen works for the rat is a bit... Oh, I find the way that they did it a bit questionable. Because like, he gains the regen from eating the corpse, which in and of itself is fine. The only thing is that him eating the corpse is a priority move. Basically, like it's guaranteed to go first in the turn. It feels like. So it's like, it's not considered his actual turn, but a separate move that does not consume a turn. And there isn't really a way for me to stop it other than by killing him the turn before the corpse appears. Oh, the whole thing just feels like a scam. He's dead next. No, it's not dead yet. The next turn. I need to hit him one more time. Oh, god damn it.
Sedated.
Sedated. Oh wait, no, I should have just... Oh wait, I should have just let him turn us.
This expedition at least
Oh, wow.
promises success.
Oh well. Wait, I should keep the medicinal herb actually. Let's just do this. Revert the party. Eat food. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's definitely that room, I think. But call Guinness World Record. Yeah, the damage on the damage with Hound's Harry really is just like they're clearly, you know, the most OP damage in the game.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
That's not bad. It's just that like the skill itself does feel quite OP. It's just a matter of like it's both very
strike.
good and very underwhelming at the same time, I guess. With this, now I can crit the 4. But yeah, I don't know, just the fact that it actually gives like an AoE bleed makes it feel pretty nice as well. Like the red voices in this, I don't know if they just sampled like where they sampled the voices from. Do we have a Houndmaster mod? No, it's the default Houndmaster, yeah. for the most part, the only mods I added in are mods for like other classes. Which may be a bit hard to believe when you look at me like doing the bosses with a generic party. But yeah. For the most part, the only mods I added are like for unique classes. And
Slowly, gently.
base in-game
This
classes
is
are
how
all
life is
left
taken.
as is, or with like, well, aesthetic changes. What is home? And fridge. No, fridge. Oh yeah, and fridge. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. There was one very big stat change that we made, which was that we replaced the Hellions normal basically weapon with a fridge, which basically caused her damage to become like god tier now. You know, if you thought like her damage wasn't high enough, just give her a fridge. She would become the actual weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know?
Confidence surges as the enemy
Oh,
crumbles.
shit, every level. I always used to find that, like, damage-wise, it's not the best, but I very much appreciated having like an AoE bleed in general on Hound's Harry. Which was why, even though the damage is not that high, I would typically, I used to use it quite a lot in like the courtyard and stuff like that. Yeah, like the bleed itself is the better part of the skill rather than the damage. Which was why I ended up using him a lot more in dungeons like the Warren and the courtyard in particular. Like in the courtyard in particular, I really liked having the Houndmaster. Like it's just so good.
Masterfully
You imagine like a
executed.
party of 4 stupid like mosquitoes with their stupid mosquito face and their stupid mosquito skills. And you basically hit their stupid mosquito asses with the bleed. So that they can die and bleed their stupid mosquito blood. Dot skills on the headboard. Huh. You got I don't level them too often. Yeah, that's the thing. It's especially because like at the start, it feels like such a shit skill. But like 3-3 bleed, it's like for something that can hit the entire party, it just feels great. Most cases something to hit more DD. Oh, but funny dot attacks. Like the idea of them trying to make like dot skills relevant even into the late game was interesting to see, although it's not the most balanced thing, I have to say.
Cuts on its own.
But you know, yeah, they tried. I mean, someone who likes to play dot parties in most games, it's like I'm just like, 4 to 12 on all targets. Target dot. Oh yeah, for bleed it would probably be on the flagellant instead, huh? Like the flagellant would have pretty good like single target bleed dot, but otherwise, like, typically you'll be comparing it with the Tech Doctor for a single target, I suppose. But yeah, like when considering the amount of dot it actually does to the entire party when there's like 4 people in the party, it really is just a very big impact. Like net the value from hitting the entire party with that bleed is so big.
A powerful blow.
Though it really does feel like that most of the time, huh? Yeah, Red Hook really likes their what do you call it? They really like their party skills a lot. Like it really feels like even for most party skills in general, they tend to have a bit more value than just a single target in general. If you have a full party to hit, assuming. Like it's the same for basically Divine Comfort, right? Like technically Divine Comfort is doing more than double of Divine Grace at max. Like you're basically doing 20 as compared to a 9. assuming you have 4 people to heal.
Success
Wow,
so
yeah.
clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Heal scale by flat amount. Oh, you meant dots, I see. Who knows? It might have been a innate part of the brain thinking that, you know, the same should apply for heals, right? Just because heal scale by flat amount, not by percentage of their value. Single target ones are good early and AoE ones are good late. Not percentage of their value. Isn't that this? I mean, like from 1 to 5, PD's single target blight doesn't even increase by half, but Harry it fucking triples. Ah, yeah, it really feels like it's just a case of like numerically they didn't scale it
As the light gains purchase,
well enough.
spirits are lifted.
Yeah, because
The
it's
purpose
like
is
you
made
said, it's
clear.
because it's all like a flat damage increase instead. And since DD's numbers are so small to begin with, it's like an increase of 1 to an AoE
The
just
match
feels
is
like a
struck.
much
A
bigger
blazing
increase than like an
star
increase
is
of like 2 to
born.
3 for a single target skill, for example. Like if they give a single target skill an increase of just like 2 damage because it's like flat numbers and the numbers are so small that like an increase in 2 to a single target and a 1 to a AoE just means that like even though the AoE's numbers are so small, it's kind of very scary. But at the same time, if they give a single target skill that level of scaling, it's like most bosses probably wouldn't matter anymore in this game. Dot scale to 200% of the level 1 value. I guess... yeah. It's tough, I guess, because then the balance consideration, like the idea of scaling like single target skills for dots to, like for all dots, yeah, it's like a percentage scaling for all dots is fine. It's just that a matter of like the bosses need to be scaled in a way that would account for that as well, I guess. Which, yeah, it's doable. Because like the only reason I can see like, or like the main reason we perhaps see like Red Hook not wanting to do it is just because of the fact that they may have designed the monsters first. You normally push to about 200% on level 1 values, or those just get plus 2. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's weird. Like dots. On the one hand, though, it really does feel like even though it's just a small plus, it's like it works surprisingly well because of the small HP values, I guess. Although yeah, having everything by percentage feels like it would have been better. Which hell yeah, we will. You bet, Mr. Wellington Skellington. We'll show them the power of technology and a weapon that did surpass Metal Gear.
A trifling victory.
We will show
But a
them the
victory
power of the
nonetheless.
swoops. Oh wait, no, potion of healing is instant heal, huh? Single target dots just feel worse on higher levels. Yeah, they do. That's the thing. No, that's the thing. Like, I get that they feel worse, right? They do feel worse, but like, I feel like it just happened to be a case of like the design considerations that they had were very questionable to begin with. Like, there is a very high possibility from the way they designed it. Like they had already designed the monsters and they were just too lazy to like redesign bosses around the fact that the what do you call it? Fuck, my brain, it's not working.
Gathered close
Brain,
in
it's not working.
tenuous firelight.
Like single target
Uneasy
dots, it's like
companionship.
the higher level also gets more protect. Yeah, that's true. Like in a sense, it since it's just true damage that punches through, it does have a bit of a advantage in that sense as well. But yeah, the fact that AoE dots scale so much better than single target just feels a bit questionable. Like it really does feel like it really does feel like they designed the entire game already, and then dot damage was like, it wasn't initially planned into the game from the start or something. And they just basically decided that like they didn't want to have to deal with thinking about how to rebalance single target dots, so that even if they scaled well, the bosses won't be too easy. And then it fixes like anti. Yeah, that's the thing. And it also feels like, wait, give me a second here. I need my brain to function enough to decide what skills to use. Since I just realized I don't have. Okay, wait. Use it on her? Okay, use this on her. Also mark the back line so that damage means even more. Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, no, I forgot to. I forgot to use anti-ambush. Okay. Lucky ambush. Yeah, very, very lucky. Uh-oh. This ain't going too well, Chi. Yeah, like most of the AoE, like bleeds and blights in general, are just way too good in comparison to this game sucks. Hello! You must be new to this game.
Precision and power.
Oh, bleed 1-2, oh he has 1-3. Yeah, his single target bleed is just complete ass to begin with. Like, it's very weird. It's very, very weird. Really? There we go. Yeah, it's one of the classiest classes ever.
Hold fast or expire.
He outclasses the class with the class. Uh-oh. Okay. He's gonna be on death's door for the entire final battle, which probably isn't gonna help. Yeah, the classiest class ever made. But yeah, it's very questionable to begin with his bleed, his dot. His dot just exists to kill an enemy that survives a mark 1 HP. Yeah, it really does feel like that, doesn't it? Like, his bleeds in general, especially for the House Rush, just feels like... I mean, look at it. It scales to like 2 damage. At level 5, like... The dot exists to triggers people's OCD, yeah, pretty much. Like, it really does feel like it's just there as an afterthought to like hopefully finish a guy off.
Obliterated.
Cause like with a number that small, it ain't gonna do much more often than not, it feels like. Because like 2 at level 5 means that like from level 1 to level 5, his bleed scales by 1 damage, which is very fun. He doesn't have a damage mod on that, true enough. Yeah, to be fair, it's like the base attack itself does have pretty good damage mods as well. So it's like, I guess it kind of makes up for it. Like the bleed probably wasn't the main point of the skill, I suppose. This is tended. This is tended. Meanwhile, bleed out. Yeah. 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 Great, isn't it? 20% damage more, like lowest damage mod class in lowest base. Yeah, he is, if I recall. Like he's, all things considered, with the amount of like damage bars he gets, his base damage is really quite depressing. It's actually like very, very low. It feels like it just ends up being a case of like his Hound's Harry is just his best skill.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Never not been another by Houndmaster. Well, he's good in that one situation where you want someone to AoE bleed. Like for a large part of the courtyard, I would actually intentionally bring him, but that's about one of the rare few times. That or on the one-off chance that you're actually fighting something with bees, I guess. But even then, it's really rare. Damage bars are good only on high damage classes, yeah. Like, the damage buffs on him always felt very weird, if anything. Get this one thing. He said get the one thing, but he targeted 2 people. Clearly he's just cheating. Rats. Foiled again. Ooh, 60 protect. Yeah, 60% protect. Great, isn't it? You know, with stats like this, you would think that he's actually the last boss of the game. Why does it feel like he has the stats of Halp, if anything? Oh god, Halp is really my new grinder tactics. No, clearly it's gonna work out fine. You'll see. Complaints about corpses in a small game. Maybe early access moments, yeah. No. Clearly, you know, this is where you can get your hipster moments, you know, like, back in my day, we didn't used to have corpses. You know, back in my day, even the fucking, like, Jester's finale didn't have only a single use per battle. Man, the game was so different back in early access, I have to say. Just everything just feels so different. Like just not having to deal with like,
For now.
you know, finale being like that was already pretty cool as well. Like when code inclusive could make you literally immortal because Halp takes one of things. Yeah.
A decisive pummeling.
I still don't know how I feel about Halp attacks though. No, she's carrying a fridge. Why yes, Cryptoneme, she is carrying a fridge. I mean, isn't that normal? No. Yeah. Hellion has been carrying a fridge since the dawn of time. The game was just designed like that from the start, clearly.
As life
And DB rest wasn't kept.
vistas
Oh, I didn't know about that
of
one actually. Like,
themselves.
yeah, the fridge to surpass Metal Gear. But yeah, I actually didn't know that like the DB rest wasn't kept back then. Like, I actually never reached the point where I could even max it. I guess that's why. But still. On 2 mark. Meter mark. Oh.
More dust.
Oh no.
More ashes.
More
More
disappointment.
disappointment.
Uh-oh. Well, that was disappointing. I think I'm starting to understand what you mean by like them being underwhelming now.
Reeling.
Uh-oh.
About to break.
100 plus that flow resist. At that point, you actually can't die, right? Like, it's not even a meme, right? Like, I'm amazed that the game actually could get to that point to begin with. Okay, that all. No, we have a chance, I think. Once this thing, like, actually drops on him, his protect drops to 0%, I think. Which might be enough, maybe hurt him. Is what I'm hoping right now. Like, there is that one potential chance that we could potentially do something. I think. I hope. Before you have to spam dodge and attempting damage. Yeah. I should have just given him a heal and dodge instead. Because clearly this didn't work out too well. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Wait, do I need to actually break the stalactite to make it drop on him? I don't, right? It's just gonna drop. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was gonna happen regardless. Okay. Yeah, that was what I was hoping for, but I can't tell if 100% damage against Stormfin. Wait, repulsed? Repulsed? And what, why? 6 turns in, so next turn would be when we get Finale Gaming. Hell yeah! What's the Aura Blue buff? It's literally 100% crit against It's 100% crit riposte against Storm Fiend. Wow, damage. Uh-oh. Yeah, this ain't going too well, is it? Oh, it's not oddly specific. Yeah, it's strangely very specific. Considering the fact that he couldn't even attack at that point, it's very strangely specific. Man, why did they have to get a grip? Oh. Uh-oh. It's back. Yeah, we might need the skedaddle, huh? Like, clearly this ain't gonna work out. Maybe? Maybe? Need a 40 with 90. With 50% chance to bleed, which is pretty low. I really wanted to beat this boss in a very specific way. I think so too. Like they know what they want you to do, but they didn't factor into account that this game wasn't built for like... Well, not really that the game wasn't built, but like typically the game isn't designed in a way that wants to force the player to use a specific theme. So it's like...
But never hidden.
Yeah, on the one hand, what they do kind of works for what they want it to do, but like... It feels kind of counter to what most other content in the game feels like as well. Which just makes it feel a little weird. Okay, if I do this, I should want to do this, right? Shuffle for one round. Then we bring him forward one. So that on the one off chance that I need to heal, I kind of can, but... Oh! Okay, that damage is a... Oh. Oh, that was actually really lucky. Holy shit. Oh, that's not low. 3.
Teetering on the
3
brink,
speed.
facing the abyss.
Uh-oh. Bro, why is he going so... Why is he so fast now? Yeah, we're gonna wanna bail, huh?
Set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
I guess it's time to bail.
No chance for egress. Will this be a massacre?
No massacre. We'll get this somehow.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
At least most bosses in DD can be beaten even if you don't know the gimmick. Yeah, at least in the base game, like, at least that was a thing, which is nice. But like in this, it's just like... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I should skedaddle, like... Oh, but it's 144, it feels so close. No, we're not taking that risk. Uh-oh.
Another
Uh-oh.
life wasted in the pursuit of glory. Gold.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The
Uh-oh.
sin is not in being outmatched, but in failing to recognize
Yeah, that's the
it.
thing. It's like that's what I meant by like it feels like a lot of the bosses in this, the way they're designed feels like it just runs very contrary to how most stuff in this game runs. Like most bosses in DD aren't really, they feel like they aren't designed, like you said, to be beaten with only very specific teams. Yeah, like what, 90% beat black resist? Yeah, 90% of both. It was higher than expected. on the one hand, I feel like using a bleed or blight party on him would be the better way to do it, but at the same time, it feels like this would have been a lot easier to do if I didn't have like 50 trinkets that didn't give me any specific bleed or blight. Okay, I'll dot him. High dot resist. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you look at like HP and protect alone, it feels like trying to dot him ought to be a thing that we could have tried, but like the high dot resist on top of that, I guess with, okay, if I had 2 pieces of gear to increase bleed chance, I could technically get it to 90% thereabout. Yeah, but that's the thing, we don't actually have to hit the stalactite. Like the stalactite, we can just leave it alone, and eventually it will hit him, because it just takes damage on its own every turn anyway. But yeah, even if I try to give them like blight gear, right, like gear to increase their blight and bleed chance, to beat his 90% sounds quite insane. Right, cause like I think all characters are at 140% base at level 5, right? Yeah, but I still don't know why it has like 100 HP. Yeah, true. HP on it is pretty crazy as well. Is there anything to increase like blight chance? Like clearly if I bring in like modded characters we could do this a lot easier, but like at the same time I feel like now I feel like actually trying it with vanilla and seeing how it will go. What was his debuff? I mean debuff resist. I need to go back and check his debuff resist at some point. But yeah, let's do FTL now. Why not? We can do this again another time. I don't want to think about the